Welcome back to 242 Math. I'm your host, Raphael Thompson, and today we'll be looking at fractions for grade 6. Grade 5, you can tune in as well. So here we go, parent, teachers, and students. Fractions. There's one definition we'll be looking at today. A fraction is one or more equal parts of a whole object. So if that's the definition, look at the diagram in A and then look at diagram in B. Which one shows fractions? Which shape shows fractions? Is it A or is it B? You give an answer. Yes, it's A. You're correct. How much of the pizza is left? And there you have a pizza and it's divided into 4 equal pieces. And you see 3 for the numerator because there are 3 pieces left. You see a fraction bar in the middle and then you see 4 as the denominator. What does the denominator tell us? That there are 4 equal pieces. So it's 3/4, the fraction that's left, 3/4 or 3/4. You can write it like that. Now, you do this one. How much of the pizza is left? I need you to give me the numerator and give me the denominator. What number would be the numerator? What number would be the denominator? How much of the pizza is left? Here's the answer. Yes, the numerator is 1. 1 piece is left. The denominator is 3 because there are 3 equal slices. So the number of equal parts is the denominator. That can never be 0. It will be undefined. Okay, how much of the pizza is gone now? Not how much is left. I want to know how much of the pizza is missing. Give me the numerator and give me the denominator. Write a number for the numerator. Write a number for the denominator. How much of the pizza is missing? Here we go. Yes, the numerator is 5. 5 pieces are missing. And how many equal slices? 6. So it's 5/6. That's the fraction to show how much of the pizza is gone or missing. Now you have fractions that are called like fractions. So if you look at the denominator, in 3/4 you see 4, in 1/4 you see 4 as the denominator. So these fractions are called like fractions. They have the same denominator. Now you find the like fractions and circle them. Circle the like fractions, look at the fractions, and see if you can identify the like fractions and circle them. Do it quickly. Remember what like fractions are. Got it? Yeah, that's easy. Here we go. Yes, 2/5 and 1/5. Why? Because you have a 5 at the bottom. The denominator is 5 in both of those fractions. So they are like fractions. The denominators have to be the same. Now there are other fractions that are called unlike fractions. Look at the denominators now. You see 3/4, 1/6, 1/3. Are they the same? No, they are different. So if the denominators are different, they are called unlike fractions. I'm going to test you on it in a minute. And here we go. Circle the unlike fractions. Identify the unlike fractions. Let's see if we can get this done. Remember the definition we just spoke about? Unlike fractions. You have it? Answer is coming up. Here we go. Yes. 3/4 and 2/3. Why? 3/8 and 1/8 are like fractions, so the denominators have to be different. So it's 3/4 and it's 4 and 3, different denominators. Proper fractions now. What are proper fractions? And the pizza there, 3/4, 3/4 of pizza is still there. It's there. And the denominator is larger than the numerator. So look at the rest of them. 2/7, 1/6, 7/8, 3/5. On all of them, the denominator is larger. So that's how you know proper fractions. The opposite of that would be improper. If the denominator is larger, the opposite of that would be the numerator is larger or equal to the denominator. So for improper fractions, and there I have 3/2, the numerator has to be larger or equal to the denominator, like in 4/3, 8/3, 7/7, and 5/2. Now we have other fractions that are called mixed fractions, and the mixed fraction has a number and a fraction. So you see there 1 and 3/4. The natural number 1, and then the fraction 3/4. Just like 1 and 1/8, 3 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 3/4. Now, a little quiz for you to do, types of fractions, set A. Look at the fractions in set A, and you need to use this set to write the following. 1, mixed fractions or mixed numbers. That's the easiest. 2, improper fractions. Write them. 3, proper fractions. Write them. Back over it again. 1, write the mixed fractions or mixed numbers. 2, write the improper fractions. And 3, write the proper fractions. Here we go. Here are the answers. The mixed fractions, the easy ones, 5 1/2, 2 3/8. Mark them. The improper fractions would be, remember, the number on the top has to be larger or equal to the number on the bottom. 5/3 and 6/5. And then the proper fractions would be 1/8 and 2/5, where the denominator is larger than the numerator. Those are your proper fractions. Okay, hope you got all of those correct. If not, go back over until you can get those correct. Now we move on to something else. Changing a mixed fraction to an improper fraction. The mixed fraction you have to change is 2 1/4, 2 1/4. And multiply the denominator by the natural number, then add the numerator to the answer. Finally, write this answer as the numerator over the denominator. So, a lot of wording there for you to go through. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it step by step, so you don't need to memorize that. Okay, so first thing, multiply 4 times 2, the denominator by the natural number to front. 4 2 is 8. And then add the 1, add the numerator to the answer. 8 plus 1 is 9. And then write the answer with the denominator on the bottom. So it's 9/4. Got it? Okay, let's go over that again. So you multiplied 4 times 2 is 8. And then add the 1, make it 9. And then put it over the denominator. So it's 9/4. The denominator is 4. Okay, now let's try another one. 2 1/2. Remember what you do? Multiply the denominator by the natural number at the front. Then add the numerator to the answer. And then write the answer after all of that as the numerator over the denominator. Two 2.5. Let's see if you can get this done. So put the numbers in for me now. So write the two numbers you multiply, then write the two numbers you add, and then put the final answer. You can do it. Here we go. So you should have had 2 times 2 is 4, yeah? The denominator is 2 and the natural number in front is 2. So it's 2 2s is 4. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. So those are your 2 steps right there. Now you have to write it as an improper fraction once you get that answer. 5. And then what will go to the bottom of that 5? It's coming up for you shortly. 2. Yes, 2.5 is 5 halves. 5. And then the 2 is on the bottom. So 2 times 2 is 4. The 1 is 5. And then you write it as 5 halves. 5 with the denominator at the bottom. Here we go. Practice. 3 and 1 8. Let's see if you can get this done. Remember the rules. Multiply the denominator by the natural number, then add the numerator to the answer. Finally, write the answer as the numerator over the denominator. Now you put the numbers in, show me the 2 numbers you're multiplying, and then show me the numbers you're adding and the answer, and then write the answer as an improper fraction. Write it as an improper fraction. Put your numbers in. Let's see if you can get this correct. Here we go. So it's 8, the denominator, times the natural number. 8 times 3, 24. Then there's 24 plus 1, because 1 is the numerator. 24 plus 1, you get 25. What do you write that 25? Put that over. What do you write that over? It's coming up. Right, you write 25 and you put 8 to the bottom because the 8 is the denominator. So it's 25/8. That would be that fraction. So 3 1/8 is 25/8. That would be changing the mixed number to an improper fraction. Now we're doing the opposite. We are changing an improper fraction to a mixed number. To do that, you have to be able to divide. So I did the division for you. Divide the numerator by the denominator. So you put 2 on the outside, 3 on the inside. Divide 2 into 3, 1, remainder 1. So your mixed fraction would be 1 and the remainder over the denominator, 1 1/2. So it's 1 1/2 as the mixed fraction. Here we go, we practice it again. 7/4, and you want to do the division. The division is you divide the denominator into the numerator now. 4 into 7 can go 1, remainder 3. So you put the 1 as the number, natural number, and the remainder you write over the denominator. So it's 1 3/4. So 7/4 is 1 3/4. Changing an improper fraction to mixed fraction. Here is your chance to do it now. Do the division. You're dividing the denominator into the numerator. 8 divided into 9. Do the division. See what you get. Remember, the remainder is what's important. Do it quickly. You can get this correct. Once you can divide, you can get it done. Here's the answer. Yes, do the division. 8 into 9 goes 1 and the remainder is 1. So you write it. The 1 is a natural number and the remainder is 1. So you put the denominator at the bottom, which is 8. So it's 1 1/8 would be the mixed fraction or the mixed number. 9/8 is 1 1/8. Got it? Okay, let's move on. Now, when you're writing a fraction in simplest form, you can use common factors and divide. So you have 4/8. So a common factor 4 and 8 is 2. Divide 4 by 2, you get 2. Divide 8 by 2, you get 4. Then you can divide again. Common factor again is 2. Divide 2 by 2, you get 1. Divide 4 by 2, you get 2. So the answer is 1/2. So 4/8 is the same as 1/2. You use common factors to divide. Now you can do it in another way. Instead of using common factors, you can find the highest common factor and divide and do one division instead of doing it twice. And 4/8, the HCF, the highest common factor is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. You get the same answer, 1/2. Here's one for you to do. Write this fraction in the simplest form. What can you divide 6 and 8 by? And then give me the answer. Give me the answer. So you in effect you're doing equivalent fractions. Right, 6/8, the common factor would be 2. So divide 6 by 2, you get 3. Divide 8 by 2, you get 4. So 6/8 is equal to 3/4. Equivalent fractions. Now, here's one for you to do with common factors. So I want you to divide by 2 first, and then divide it by the other common factor to get the final answer. I won't tell you what that one is. I'll tell you the first one, divided by 2. Divide 6 by 2, divide 12 by 2, get your answer. Then you have to divide it again before you get it in simplest form. Here we go. Now if you divide by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Then you have to divide by 3, which is the common factor for 3 and 6. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Or you could have done it straight away by dividing it once, but we divided it twice. So you could have divided by 3, then divided by 2. Now here's the other way you could divide that. You could solve that. You can use the highest common factor, which is 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So 6/12 is the same as 1/2. It's equivalent to 1/2. Again, you could have done it one step if you use the highest common factor. Both ways are correct. You choose what you need to do. Thank you all for watching. If you didn't understand something, please go back and review it until you understand. Because we move on from here, because there's another definition for fractions that we have to look